ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Hello and welcome to the ESL Pro League North America Division. It is Season 5, match day number 15, the last match day of this week. And there's been a lot going on in the Counter-Strike scene at the moment. A lot of changes through all of these teams. Maybe not necessarily affecting the ones that we're going to be seeing on stream tonight, but definitely is shaping up to be a very, very interesting time in the next couple of months of CSGO.
Yeah, I mean, everything's thrown into chaos. I love it. Some people may not love it as much, but it just means that there is going to be a few more changes. People are going to be unsettled, they're going to have to change things up, and that just means more for us to learn as well. More for us to learn, more for us to watch, and more for us to enjoy. Be particularly interesting, I think, you know, again, we're going to be touching on the Australian side of things, but Renegades having those roster changes, Yam coming back here to Australia, just when Renegades was starting to maybe look a little bit better than they had been, that could really change things for them now, give potentially a chance for some of these lower tier teams to overtake them. I mean, Winterfox, we're seeing them on stream tonight, we're seeing Luminosity on stream tonight. Luminosity at the moment a little bit above those guys, but Winterfox, I don't know, if they can get some wins here, which I find unlikely, then they can potentially start to jump up those standings. But having a look at how things are going, SK, who's really surprised to see them up there at 10-0. Cloud9, Team Liquid, NRG, maybe I would be coming into this one. If you had said NRG was going to be in 4th, I probably would have said, okay, that would be a little bit surprising to me. I probably would have said Optic in 4th, but in saying that, definitely looking fairly standard across the board there. Nothing really jumps out to me and goes, okay, well, why is that team there? Or why is such and such a team down that low, or etc.
And as we're hitting the halfway point in the league, it's important to note, NRG, they've had easier opposition compared to other teams, say Liquid, say Optic. They've had to verse easier opposition so they can get the points. Their 2 map losses have come off defeats from Liquid as well as Complexity. Complexity was very early on in the season, and Complexity are currently sitting at the lower part of the leaderboard.
Yep.
Otherwise, the critical 2-0 over Optic Gaming was a sign of things to come, and
potentially,
well, it is a good sign of things to come, especially given the statistics of how some of the players are performing.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing NRG up later today. Starting off the stream, though, Luminosity and Winterfox. If you're looking for Misfits, SK, that's over on the main stream. Renegades and Selfless after that. But for us in the evening, or later on tonight, I suppose, is going to be Immortals and NRG. And I definitely think that is a good one to watch, because Immortals, we were sort of touting them as the second best Brazilian team in the region. Kind of looked like they had a little bit over Luminosity, and then at the moment they're sort of sitting actually behind Luminosity. But here's a good chance for them to get some good points on the board. NRG is not going to be an easy task, but I think that one could go 1-1. It could go 2-0 either way as well, depending on which team turns up. But I think maybe time now to sort of have a look back, or have a little bit of a sort of a analysis, I suppose, of how Winterfox and Luminosity is going to go here, because that is our first match on this stream. And to me, this is not a match that should go 2 or 1-1. This should be a 2-0 for Luminosity.
Easy 2-0 as well. Every single time I see Luminosity play, just solid T-half, execute well, going together as a team, and they back it up with a great defensive hold on the CT half to strangle out the T side. Winterfox, they know what they're doing on the T side. They can get map control. We see on the execution-based maps, they're able to get the leads on the T side. They're able to make their way into the bomb sites as well very easily. They look great. And then on the CT side, they completely fall apart. We looked towards Cage last week, where on the T side, they looked a lot better. They didn't go down at least 16-3, which was a big, big potential. But then when they went to Overpass, I believe they took a 10-5 lead in their own T side, and they were still unable to convert that to a victory.
Yeah, definitely, I guess, something of a situation that maybe comes over from the Australian scene, where a lot of the teams quite decent on their T sides, but the T sides are the ones that sort of let them down. So if they want to make their way through to the final, maybe they do have to brush up on those CT sides, though. It is going to be a difficult task for those guys on Winterfox. Luminosity, though, maybe they can make their way through to the final. Maybe you can make your way through to the final as well. If you'd like to go, check out proleague.com/Dallas, and you can find all the information there, get your tickets there as well, and potentially go have a bit of fun with the pros there over in Dallas. Don't know who else is going to be there. Probably a few other cool people. I don't know. we'll see.
Yeah, there'll be lots of cool people there, so it will increase your esports reputation if you make it.
Oh, your E-rep?
E-rep. It's always important to increase the E-rep.
That's how you get all the e-girls, right?
Maybe for you, Elfish.
Maybe.
I just know that your E-rep is very, very high.
Oh, you reckon?
Whenever you head to Asia, I just hear great stories.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know if you're lying. You're lying through your teeth.
I am not lying through my teeth. I've heard the great stories on how Elfish goes and gets all the girls in Asia.
Okay, well,
that's mainly from Sandman, though.
Yeah, let's go a little bit away from this topic because I'm now feeling a little bit embarrassed. But Luminosity and Winterfox, we'll draw it back there. We'll bring it back to Counter-Strike here. I've said I think it's a 2-0 for Luminosity. I think you're very much in the same opinion as me.
Yes, Luminosity just looking stronger on the T half and the CT half. It's all going to boil down to the CT half for both teams.
Yep.
They both have the ability to execute well, but Winterfox, their biggest weakness is just holding onto the bomb sites. They're just unable to do so. Every single time it just feels like, yeah, they start off so well, and they just get completely shut out.
Yeah, well, let's have a look and see how things are stacking up individually between the players. And, well, you have to say it's looking a little bit more favorable there for Luminosity. 3 players above 1.0 KD, 1 at almost 1.0 KD, SHZ. And, like, it's just, you know, you can't draw too many conclusions from stats generally, but to have players that are fragging like that and the ADR like that, it just looks a lot better than what you see over on the side for Winterfox, which admittedly, it's not awful. Like, it's not like they're just getting outplayed by everyone and they're getting absolutely wrecked, but it's just not quite the same as Luminosity. So here for Winterfox, we will need to see them step up and play above what we generally sort of expect from them, what their average performance would be. They need to really play well tonight to have a good one against Luminosity. And they did play recently up against Immortals. They had an okay time. They did go down 2-0, but they did get 14 rounds on one map, and I think somewhere
11.
around 11,
it was
yeah.
16, 14, 6, and 11 towards
so
Immortals.
That's not too bad of a result in reality. And if they can sort of show up like that, maybe they can have a challenge against Luminosity. But if they don't, if they show up like we do sometimes see them and they just don't play so well, Luminosity is going to be far and away the better team here.
Yeah, it depends on who starts on the T side. If Luminosity start on the T side and Winterfox don't come roaring out of the gates, then there are serious problems with Winterfox.
Yeah.
We've seen time and time again, they struggle on their CT side. Luminosity, the key for both teams, as well as Luminosity and Winterfox, is all 5 of their members need to perform as a unit, which is normally something I don't say. Normally I go, it's the core 3, expect to step up. But Luminosity, we saw it from their previous games on Cobblestone, against Misfits especially. They didn't do anything special. It wasn't fancy, it was just solid Counter-Strike. They came in together as a unit. Each one of them, you know, got 1 or 2 kills, chimed in, and with that group effort, were able to take Misfits down.
Yeah.
And Misfits, I would argue, a much stronger opponent than the current Winterfox lineup.
Oh, for sure. I don't think there's even really needing to be an argument about that because they're doing much better at the moment in the Pro League season. Overall, throughout everything that they've been playing, they're playing a little bit better than Winterfox right now, and I think generally most people would expect them to have a bit of a better time than Winterfox. So here tonight, the keys for Winterfox, I think we sort of saw last week a little bit. Raz was stepping up more than he had been early on in the season. He is obviously the new member here for them, and if he can continue to, well, I suppose it wasn't good form, it wasn't excellent form, but it was better than what it had been. And if he can continue to build on that, I think that's a key part of the success for Winterfox here tonight, if they can get that working.
And a big part as well is Imagine's success in the last couple of games. Before we saw Imagine struggling a lot more. Now he's coming back and he's getting kills on the board. No longer sitting at 5 or 6 kills over an entire 30-map game. He was the one who was, you know, going out, making the plays, getting the 2 or 3 kills, and that was the difference. That's what I felt like was a difference for Winterfox. They were able to bring it back a lot closer. Sure, unable to take the victory, but at the very least, if Imagine's starting to have a good time, all the players want to follow that lead.
Yep.
They want to have a good time. They're all going to fire up. Hopefully Raz, maybe even APOC as well.
Yeah. In saying that, though, it is going to be a very difficult task here for Winterfox, even if they are on their game, particularly for Raz going in that AWP versus AWP matchup against Yell from Luminosity. Like, it's such a difficult task because Yell is a very, very dominant player at times.
He's consistent as well. Yell doesn't really miss. Raz, when he's on, you know, we're able to see him get 1, get 2, get 3, starting to show some glimpses of brilliance. But for Yell, he's just Mr. Consistent, just hitting the AWP shots. He'll be able to just hold a line. All right, you peek this line, I'll get you. I can trade out my teammates. I'm not going to miss those shots, not going to drop the ball. And Luminosity is great at just going, all right, if we lose the first member, at the very least, we can make the trades work in our way.
Yeah. So
and
definitely,
that's a scary part for me.
And I think the important thing you mentioned a little bit earlier on was who's going to start on the T side here of Cobblestone. I don't know whose map pick it is, but obviously the other side gets the map the side choice. So if it is Winterfox that is able to start off here on the T side, that's, I think, going to work a little bit more in their favor. But if they do have to start off on the CT side, that's where we will see them start to struggle. And that's where we will start to see Luminosity get a little bit ahead and really start to put the boot into Winterfox, essentially.
Yeah, I do believe Luminosity did struggle on their own CT side as well against Misfits.
Right.
So it's not a clear shutout case for either team, depending on who starts CT or T side. It's all up to, okay, how well can Winterfox do on the T side? Do they get enough rounds? We've seen them get 10 rounds on the T side and yet still drop the game. They're just unable to close it out on the CT side. Hopefully, they've done the work. They put in, I guess, the VOD reviews, gone over what can go better. They just have to play controlled aggression. They don't need to try to take the fight all the time towards Luminosity. They just wait around, let Luminosity come towards them, set up good crossfires, and let their aim do the talking.
All right, well, we'll have to see whether or not they're going to be able to do that. On the second map, though, on Cache, I mean, okay, let's just draw that back a little bit. Of the two maps here, which one do you think Winterfox has the best chance on?
Most likely Cobble. Cache, I'm not sure whose pick it is, but Winterfox really struggled on the CT side, and that makes me scared.
Yeah.
They struggled last week, and they lost at 16-6, which is... I think they went down 12-3 on their own CT half.
Right. 3
rounds of the CT half is just not good enough.
No, not on any map, really, at all. So if you're only getting 3 rounds, even on any map, on any half, it's not going to be good enough. So we do need to see something here from Winterfox. They need to step up. Now's the time. They don't have any more time to play with. We probably said that last week as well about them. They need to get 2 zeros on the board if they're going to have any chance of even qualifying through to the finals. I don't even know if it's possible statistically or technically. But Luminosity, they're in a good spot here right now. They should 2-0 this one tonight. They should be able to put themselves a little bit further up. Currently sort of sitting around the middle of the pack, but they could get themselves even higher.
Yeah, that's their overall goal. They're sitting above Immortals, as a matter of fact. And we were talking about how the 3 Brazilian teams, I still say Immortals are stronger. And I go back to the point, the teams that Immortals have taken down compared towards the teams that Luminosity have versed are different caliber opponents.
Right.
Immortals have had a harder time compared to Luminosity, and Luminosity just have capitalized on the rest of the middle of the pack as well as lower pack games.
Yeah.
They're able to take 2 zeros. They don't really go 1-1. They go, it's either a clean sweep or they fight valiantly against the better teams and unable to take any maps.
Yeah. So in this case, it probably should be a clean sweep here.
It should be.
Luminosity. I honestly would be quite surprised to see Winterfox being able to step up into this one. Luminosity, to me, is a very high caliber opponent for them. A lot of the teams that we've been seeing them up against in the last couple of weeks, for example, like Rush, they're down towards the bottom as well. So you can see Winterfox, when they get up against a team of a similar sort of a skill level, they do have a reasonable time. They do go 1-1. But to me, these two teams are quite far apart in terms of skill, in terms of the rankings, and I honestly think that this shouldn't be particularly difficult for Luminosity. So I'm sort of putting them in my good books. I'm saying 2-0 here, but Winterfox, we'd love to see them step up here and compete, and they did do that last week against Immortals, so it's not like that this is completely a blowout from the get-go, but they will need to start off well because they are somewhat of a momentum-based team. If they can really start to get going, particularly Raz, I think, if he can just get going straight off the bat, that momentum is going to flow through and he's going to start to have a bit of a better time. But if he just misses a few warp shots to start off with, gets absolutely dominated by Luminosity, that's when we'll start to see him really have a negligible impact. And
I'd like to see Winterfox deal with that by picking up all rifles. If they realize that Raz's AWP is not making an impact, find someone who believes they can make an impact with the AWP, or just get rifles. We can see that AK-47s can blow away a bomb site. You can take out all the CTs much faster.
Yep.
You miss a shot, that's all right. You still got the second and third shot to try to calibrate aim and spray down your opponent and do damage. If you miss an AWP shot, you're caught out in the open for a long time. And that is very costly towards not only your economy, but as well as your pick potential.
Yeah, and it's not like Raz is a terrible rifler either. He does have a pretty decent time. Again, I feel as though it comes down to whether or not he fires up. But I would say I agree with you. If the AWP's not working, get your hands on the rifle. It's a bit cheaper. See how you can go with that, and maybe things work out a little bit better for you. But the ideal scenario here for Winterfox is that Raz is going nuts with the AWP. EMAG is getting 1 or 2 kills every round, being consistent. And then the other guys, they just have to have their star rounds where they might get 2 or 3 or 4 kills in sort of a super important round. But they don't necessarily need to be the ones to get every single frag, right? To me, it feels as though APOC and Ofnu are playing at their best when they can have a massive impact in 1, 2, or 3 rounds of the entire map, as opposed to having to consistently carry their team through the win.
Winterfox need to channel a little bit of what Luminosity do. They got to play slow, they got to play consistently, which is something Winterfox don't do. They play well, and then they just play terribly in the next round.
Right.
And then they play well, you just go, oh, it could be hopes, could be signs yet, and they drop the ball, and you just go, well, where was the Winterfox of the previous map? It's a never-ending vicious cycle, which is a roller coaster ride of emotions.
Yep.
Which is what you don't get for Luminosity. You just go, Luminosity are going to come in, they're going to do the job, just strolling towards a bomb site. If they don't make it work out, they try harder, they try again.
Alrighty, well, here we go into Cobblestone. Time to find out who's starting on what side and who's going to be able to come out here with the advantage. Winterfox is starting on the T side. I think that's going to be favorable for them as opposed to starting on the CT side, but they have to make something of it. You can't just say, okay, it's nice for them to start on T and then not have them follow up. They need to get something here. They need to win the pistol. They need to get off to a good start and probably go 3-0 up here.
And then continue that dominating form towards their CT side. Additionally, B side attack commencing. Showtime being pressured on the statue, blinded out, nearly gets the headshot, won't be able to land. Winterfox still haven't taken anyone out yet. Showtime's been left unchecked for a very long time, but a 2-4-2 trade, imagine. That's what we're talking about. Needs to come in and get the early kills.
Yeah, 2 for Offnu as well. It's just Pickle left alive here, but they've left him to get out of the drop room and make his way on towards the site. Offnu faking the plant once again, and he is going to spot in towards Pickle, but that proves to be his undoing as Offnu is going to be dropped there. And now APOC, he's got a big job to do. Maybe this is going to be one of those rounds that we talked about. He drops Pickle down to 1 HP. Nice headshot from him. And APOC clutches out the round 1 versus 1. So a good start for Winterfox. It wasn't perfect. It looked a little bit shaky. They allowed it to go down to that 1 versus 1. But in the end, they do get the round win fairly convincingly. It didn't look like APOC was going to lose that one, and they'll buy into this. And now, what they need to do is make sure that they don't lose the anti-eco.
Rounds around, Winterfox going to be happy. 3 Mac 10s to try to increase their economical advantage. Luminosity forcing, they have a scout and Showtime, as well as 2 5.7s. This is dangerous.
Yep.
5.7s, very lethal at close range. Even that CZ on the hands of SHZ can do a lot of hefty work.
Nice Molotov use there by Winterfox, though, forcing Luminosity out of their preferred positions. So no one holding by broken wall, no one holding actually up on the stairs near platform. Not going to affect them all that much, though, as Winterfox have decided they don't want to push in just yet. They're holding back, they're playing slow. They don't want to run into a stack or anything like that, but this has allowed time for Luminosity to actually rotate over to that B side. And now Winterfox is going to have a lot of Luminosity players to deal with. They do get a 2-for-2 trade on the entry, but Raz comes in with 2 of his own, and there we go. 3-for-2 overall for Winterfox now. As they start to make their way onto the side. It was looking dangerous when we saw those first 2 kills go the way of Luminosity, but it seems as though Winterfox have stabilized, and they do execute a fairly decent anti-eco round, taking 3 guns through. Luminosity, they would have hoped for a little bit more off that.
Only losing 2 Mac 10s, not the worst of any realms.
No.
And Raz staying alive. Challenging with a Galil. T-side not picking up a single AK-47.
Yeah.
And still able to come out with a victory. It was expected they should come out with a victory, but to do it with a Galil and no AK-47 is just, oh, you know, it's starting to show a little bit more confidence, and just relying at long distance with a very inconsistent rifle is, it's risky. But it pays off for Winterfox.
It does pay off, and they have actually invested into an AK for this round. Offnu having to buy up because he did go down. So fair enough to get an AK in this round. I think you could have gone for maybe 2 as well. Hopefully you'll be able to save it through to the next round. But they've just gone for the single one. They've taken SMGs, and obviously the Galil saved through here as well on Raz. So I suspect they'll probably save that Galil next round, assuming they do win this one with enough players to take it through. They'd want to take the AK, the Galil, and probably the UMP, but you'd probably upgrade the Mac 10s to AKs, one would think. Bomb down very, very easily for Winterfox. This looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward round from them. EMAG does get dropped relatively low, but he's going to get out of there. No problems at all. And Winterfox should survive here with 5, unless EMAG does find that last player. Or Zusi, sorry.
Well, Showtime just going to be lurking around mid-court yard, just biding his time at slope. Really, what opportunities he can find. Offnu does not want to present the opportunity with the AK-47. He's just staying towards the B side. And APOC just waiting. Able to clean up Showtime. Winterfox 3-0. Luminosity, their time to strike back. M4's in hand. Lack of utility, though. They'll be lacking in incendiary grenades. Not enough to force up even on smoke grenades for some of their players. Yell decides to prioritize head armor as opposed towards the smoke grenade. Not the worst decision, because the Ts will keep some SMGs in this round to hopefully catch the CTs off guard.
Yeah, so Zusi, we'll see what he can do with that Mac 10. They don't have any head armor except for Yell, so he could be a potent sort of player in this one. Double AK as well for Winterfox, should they need it. making their way out onto the B-bomb site here. Just having control of the platform, but as of yet, nothing else. They've got 3 players on that B site to deal with. Here comes the smokes. A good execute by the looks of things from Winterfox, but now they need to make it work. They need to turn it into a round win. Showtime the first to go down. Destiny follows him. SHZ able to trade 1 back there for Luminosity, but 1 is not enough as they've lost 2. That's 4 versus 3 on the site.
Winterfox need to be cautious. They've got some decent post plans, but SHZ able to pick up another kill for the side of Luminosity. He's on 2 kills so far. He's still doing work with the FAMAS. There's no kit on the side of Luminosity, so they have to push in relatively quickly, but the kill's going in their favor. And all of a sudden, it's up to APOC last man standing with the UMP. Flashbang high, but he's able to take down none of them. Winterfox, 4 and 3, dropping the ball on the post plant. Yell does kill PKL, but really, Winterfox did. You felt like Winterfox had that. They were able to break open the B site.
They had the player advantage, they had the bomb down, they had the smokes up, everything was working their way, but they allowed it to go over the way of Luminosity, and that's just the kind of round which you know, you're not particularly surprised to actually see Winterfox losing, is the sad truth, because it's a round that they should win, but more often than not, maybe not more often than not, but more often than they would like, they do end up losing a round like that. And that's where things start to become a problem for them. That's why we do see them struggling sometimes against these other top teams. Because if you're losing a round like that, how are you going to win a round where you're at a disadvantage or if you're equal, right? Because that one they had an advantage, then they lose. Now they're going to have to fight back in this round, though. If they can win this, I suppose we can forgive them for the previous one, but it comes down to them winning this.
And it's a good retake from Luminosity as well. Just coordinating, coming in together, just making the trades work out in their favor. Now, and Flashbang's coming towards the B site. They're testing it out once again. Showtime's managed to wake his way towards Hubby quite nicely. Able to get 1 before he falls. No, it's actually Destiny picks up the kill, and EMAG just pushing through the alley smoke, able to just take down Destiny. No way out for him. And Winterfox a lot more cautious. Better play. They're waiting to see if Luminosity are hiding at the edge of the smoke before charging onto the bomb site.
Can they win this one, though? Luminosity, they did win a disadvantageous position from a disadvantageous position in the last round. This again is fairly similar, although there's 4 players for Winterfox, 3 for Luminosity, as opposed to 2 and 3. But Winterfox, they've got those post plants now, and it's up to Luminosity to try and retake the bomb site. Raz will take down Yell. Offnu grabs SHZ, and this is how things should be going now for Winterfox. This is looking a little bit better. Pickle will just have to fall back and try and save that rifle. But Winterfox, that's a better response from them. They take 4 guns through to the next round, or maybe 4, assuming they don't die to the bomb or Pickle. 3 guns, it's still good. Can't really complain about that for Winterfox. The bomb should go off here. And they'll reset the economy of Luminosity as well. I don't believe Luminosity will be able to buy into the next round, so Pickle saving this AK is quite important.
Yeah, Pickle also looking to do more damage, but Raz gonna play safe. PKL not gonna try and tap through the doors towards the final seconds, and Winterfox forcing Luminosity into another double eco.
Not good for
barring Luminosity picking up a double eco. They're going to force up in this round. Except for maybe Yell. Oh. No, Yell's also forced up.
Forcing going behind the AK. That's an interesting decision here, actually, from Luminosity, because so far they haven't really been able to keep Winterfox out of the bomb sites, and with a buy like this, you can't really expect a retake to work. The way that this kind of a buy works is that you get a pick, or get a couple of picks, and don't even allow the bomb to go down. But the fact that they don't even have really anything to retake with, they have no utilities, they have no defuse kit. The only real weapon there is the AK, and I suppose you could make an argument for the UMP, but this is not a buy, I think, that works for Luminosity in the way that the rounds have been playing out so far.
Winterfox just doing damage to the economy. Luminosity were trying to bring it back in line with one another. They had to go in the double eco. That's why you see the force, and PKL decides, all right, I've got enough money. I don't have to buy the armor or the pistol. That's 1,500 I have spare to play around with. Maybe he could have saved it for the AWP, but oh my goodness, look at this triple P coming out through. Drop 2 kills going in the favor of Luminosity immediately. The gun's out of reach. Offnu, though, aware of the potential, is going to try to keep it safe. Just going to burn through utility to make sure Luminosity cannot push towards drop to retrieve these AK-47s. Let's be cautious. That's what our SHZ, but Winterfox charging towards a zone where all their comrades died is very risky, and Offnu going to be just slightly roasting himself a little bit.
This is how this kind of a buy works for Luminosity, but like what I said was because Winterfox have been quite easily actually able to get into the sites, I thought it wasn't going to work out. Now though, Luminosity have picked up a couple of kills. They've denied the entry into the bomb sites here for Luminosity until it's gone down to the very, very last second, and they've still got a couple of players alive, so this is still entirely doable for Luminosity, and it would be so disappointing for Winterfox to lose to that kind of a round. As you say, a nice shot though from Raz. And Yell, 1 versus 2. Raz is an easy cleanup. He's got an AK in his hands as well, so Ofnu, in theory, if he can get the headshot, is an easy cleanup as well, but it's a difficult task now for Yell. A lot of time ticking away. He's lost a lot of HP. He doesn't have a kit either to work with, and Ofnu will be able to close things out there. It was a bit shaky, though, for Winterfox. They dropped 3 guns to the eco, or the force buy from Luminosity. Luminosity is going to be back on the eco this time. Winterfox, though, they will have to do better than that in any subsequent anti-ecos that they come up against, because that was too close for comfort.
It was good work by the remaining 3 members of Winterfox to bring it back.
Yeah.
So it was dropping the ball a little to get outpeaked by Luminosity, who were able to just charge it together towards drop. Too many angles for Winterfox to clear out, lose 2 players. They just slow it down. Emag, critical 2 kills to bring it back towards a 3-on-3. And Raz, we're talking about his... When the AWP's not working out, just get the rifle. He just domes a couple of heads. And they take 2 AK-47s forward. Now, APOC is going to be deep down towards 4 HP. Winterfox still need to be cautious. Got to use these AK-47s to do the majority of the work. You see Zuzi trying to engage with the MAC-10, but it's just not doing anything. It's going to be Raz with the AK-47 doing the majority of the work. Raz and Emag, the 2 members who stepped it up last week, or the last game, stepping up now. They've got to continue this good form. And we've got to see Zuzi, Ofnu, and APOC try to find a few kills and join the party.
Yeah, Ofnu's not doing too bad either, though. I've got to give him that. And Emag definitely has been the one for me. He's been consistent throughout all of these rounds. He's been getting a couple of kills most of the rounds. Yet to really see APOC and Zuzi fire up. But at the way that this is going for the moment for Winterfox, they don't really need to fire up. They can keep a little bit in the tank, have a bit of a cruisy time through these first few rounds, and allow their teammates just to carry them through. But if the going gets tough, that's when we need to see these other players from Winterfox stepping up. And oh, that's not so great from APOC. I guess it's only a MAC-10 though, so he won't be particularly disappointed about dropping that gun. Pickle will be able to take an AK through here again for Luminosity. So just keeping their economy a little bit better than what it might have been.
That's actually a critical pick, because that could mean an AWP in the hands of Yell. No? Okay, so he's going to buy armor and utility.
I wonder if they're going to keep this MAC-10 somewhere. Is Destiny going to grab it? No. Probably would have been a little bit silly if they had it, because full buy from Winterfox, full head armor, everything like that, the MAC-10 wouldn't have been particularly useful, but need to see Luminosity now starting to get some rounds on the board, because Winterfox off to a great start, and this is exactly what they needed. They needed to start on the T side, they needed to get that pistol round, they needed to get the rounds on the board following that, and they needed to really put the pressure on Luminosity early.
Well, Luminosity is peeking through the edge of the smoke, going to catch Raz off guard, but the pincer coming in from Winterfox as well. They've got this fast long air control and they bust it straight out. PKL challenging, but they just line up for Winterfox. So ultimately a 2-for-2 trade after the first 30 seconds of the round. And Ofnu shutting down this lurk potential. No! Destiny just sprints around the corner with the A4 and he's too strong. Now a 2-on-3. APOC and Zuzi got to hold off the retake from Luminosity.
It's still doable. They have a decent amount of utilities there for APOC, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be used. He's going to just try and keep his position a secret as long as he can. Zuzi under some pressure, has spotted one out. Good peek, though, from APOC to take down Showtime, equalizing it to 2 apiece. And Zuzi as well will find one. We do see SHZ falling, and it's Destiny now. 1 versus 2. He's got no idea where to look. APOC gets an easy kill there. 2 kills apiece for Zuzi and APOC in that round. And Winterfox, they secure 7. Luminosity will be back on what looks to be an eco.
This is starting to blow out for Luminosity.
Yeah.
Winterfox, shaky at the start, but able to start capitalizing on opportunities. Rolling ahead now towards a 7-1 lead. Luminosity will force. Actually, PKL buying an M4. He was able to retrieve an AK-47 in 2 rounds ago. This is why he's able to force an M4 and still be able to buy in the next round. And Yell trying to go aggressive through the smoke again. Just lurking around. Winterfox are aware of this potential. You can see 3 members just staring at the smoke. Yeah. Just going, he might be trying to dance his way around, and Yell still holding close. But as the smoke fades, needs to back off. Won't. And Winterfox not even taking a single point of damage at that engagement, able to shut him down.
Yeah, the pop flash in as well allows Emag to make the information known for Winterfox that there's no one there. And now Luminosity are going to have to try and defend this A bomb site, but that doesn't look like it's going to be a possibility. APOC takes a bit of damage through the smoke there, but nothing too major. He's still alive and he's still a gun in the game. That's what's important right now for Winterfox. 3 players left on Luminosity for Winterfox to deal with, one of which doesn't have any armor, so Raz might have a good time up against that Mag 7. Pickle, though, might be an issue, but again, it'll be another round on the board here for Winterfox. Another one which Luminosity has invested funds into, and you need to see Luminosity finding rounds now. This is not how they would have wanted to start things off.
Oh, PKL does manage to at least secure the B stairs for the time being, but Winterfox, they have a lot of money to play with. They want this M4 off the hands of PKL, but Destiny lurking close. No, unable to get the kill on Imagine. Imagine's able to get one, but PKL doing so much damage. He's just waiting for the rest of his teammates. PKL will be able to take his gun towards the next round. Good save.
He's saved so many times. Look at that, 6 deaths when the most of his other players on his team have 9 deaths. So he's been able to survive quite a few more rounds than they have. But looks like we will have a tack pause out here, and as we would have expected, it's going to be Luminosity. It's about time for it, maybe even a little bit late. They've allowed 11 rounds already to go over to Winterfox on that T side, and it's a great sort of a platform for Winterfox to build upon. They can get even higher and higher. If they can get to like 10, 11 rounds here, they're going to be putting themselves in the perfect position. But may or may not be the case.
They've dropped so many rounds. Early on, they were trying to force up the M4s, trying to force and take it towards Winterfox. But Winterfox, playing well so far. This is why it's so hard to predict Winterfox. You have one game where they just get completely stomped. They just go, where's Winterfox, guys? They're not showing up. Now, they're coming up with it. Not looking completely dominant like we saw how maybe Renegades were dominant on Cobblestone against Liquid, but looking solid. Doing their jobs, coming in, getting the picks. Raz got the AWP once again, but a double AWP coming out from Luminosity. Talk about changing it up from no AWPs to 2 AWPs.
Yeah, they kind of had to change something up though, because what they were doing was not working. Maybe there's a little bit of extra pick potential. Just the one-shot kill is going to allow Luminosity to have a bit of a better time holding things off on Winterfox. But if Winterfox gets into one of those bomb sites, if they take a couple of players down, Luminosity then may have to retake with a couple of AWPs, and that in itself is not going to be a good situation. So there are pros and cons here for both these teams, and I don't believe Winterfox will be particularly phased by the double AWP setup. Maybe they lose this round because they're not expecting it, and they do get picked a couple of times. But once they're aware of it, they're going to say, okay, well, boys, we've had a good time so far. We're looking like the better team tonight. We can shut down this double AWP. We can put Luminosity back on the eco, and we can really just springboard off these 8 rounds and come up with a massive first half.
They need to come up with a massive first half and keep the momentum going. So many times, Winterfox, we go, what a great T-half. And then CT side, they just drop it. They can't allow that to happen. For Luminosity, they've got to find their mojo. They're looking a little bit lackluster, losing the one-on-one aim deals. The only good round so far was on the retake on the first buy round. They managed to make it work out from an unfavorable situation, and Winterfox, at the very least, able to recognize their weaknesses and flaws, able to fix them, and as opposed towards, dropping in towards a spiraling hole. We've occasionally seen that in the past where as soon as they drop a round where they should have, they start dropping more and more. They start getting a little bit more desperate. Playing calm and control, but Destiny, much better job trying to hold on. A 1-for-1, doing damage towards APOC as well.
Still favourable overall there for Luminosity, and the trades do come out. A couple of kills going their way, but Winterfox for their own right have picked up a couple. Still favourable though for Luminosity. 3 versus 2, the AWPs starting to go to work here. Raz is not going to play much of a part in that round as he goes down without doing any damage to anyone, and Winterfox will be forced to buy back into this round. Raz does not have that much cash. He'll need a drop from one of his teammates.
AWP was dropped.
AWP was dropped. Okay, that's good for him. Let's see if he can make use of it this round.
Winterfox can reset Luminosity's economy. Now that they've picked up a round, if they can drop this double AWP setup as well as the rifles, there's not much for Luminosity to play with. I just don't like how Winterfox occasionally keeps forcing the AWP when Raz, he's doing work with the AK-47.
Yeah.
It's just baffling sometimes where you see teams forcing up the AWP where it's not working out. If it's not working, there's no shame in falling back towards the AK. It means more utility, doesn't burden your economy as much, and, well, you can just go in fast as a unit, whereas opposed to towards the AWP, you have to go a little bit more slower. You have to try to set up around your sniper, and Yell going for a peek towards mid. Oh, he does get one, but that's the AK is trading him instantly out.
Good shot.
Barreling down to the A site. PKL just dancing around the APC. Finds one headshot. Winterfox a little bit slow on the take, but they do manage to get the trade in the hands of EMAG, who's able to get 2. Imagine coming alive. And he's going to lock down balcony. Going back to make sure there's no one trying to sneak their way through CT connector. But Luminosity dropped down towards a 2-on-3 and AWP into UMP. Not an ideal situation to try to retake bomb side A.
No, very, very tough for them. Destiny has to get one here. Hopefully for him, Imagine. But Raz is there to cover him off. Showtime gets one onto APOC, but overall, a 1-for-1 trade is not what Luminosity needed here. They needed to get 2-for-1, at least in their favor. bring it back to a 1v1 this time, though, for Showtime. It's so tough, this kind of a crossfire to deal with an AWP. Like, what are you going to do? Emag takes off his head. 3 kills in that round for Emag, and very, very good for Winterfox to be seeing Emag up there. 16 kills. He's been getting more than a kill around. He's been really, really putting in work for Winterfox, and coming in from last week, where he looked fairly good as well, this consistency from him is kind of harking back to the old days on Team Immunity, where he was always that consistent player, getting 1, getting 2 frags around, and now he's looking very, very good for Winterfox too.
Yeah, Winterfox just looking better as a lineup. Still early days. I'm scared of going Winterfox. They're looking great. They look like they're in dominating fashion and should be able to take this out.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say that, well, wow. Luminosity so good at playing at the edge of the smoke, able to get the first pick towards APOC, but they're still coming towards the B site. There is a stack towards the B site. Luminosity rotating fast across, and Emag and Zuzi able to take 1 apiece. But Destiny's managed to sneak his way through smoke. Imagine aware of the potential. So Showtime still gets a kill with the USP on towards Afternoon. Yell coming close through alley. Picks up Imagine, now it's off to Raz, and there's nothing he can do. The pistols going towards the Luminosity to give away an AWP and AK-47.
Not a round that Winterfox should have lost there. The rotation round behind from Luminosity. I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Destiny, but coming in from the back up through platform, really, he picked up 2 kills, really put some chaos into the ranks of Winterfox, and Winterfox now, they'll be feeling bad about that one, and they're going to be forced back onto the eco. So this is where Luminosity can sort of spring back and really turn this back into what could be a respectable first half score. If they take this through to 6, then they'll feel not too bad about things. Winterfox, though, they would have been hoping for something like at least 11. And at this point, it's not going to come this round, one would expect.
Well, Luminosity already doing so much damage to the grenades. Further incendiary grenades just blocking off the progression. And SHZ, look how confident Luminosity are playing towards the drop area. This makes it difficult for Winterfox to take the B site, except for that B plat push, and now Luminosity is able to shut it out once. And, well, Showtime having a fun time, able to just get 1 and 2 kills with the AWP.
Yeah, these kills coming out for Luminosity right now, just sort of confidence builders, really. They're not under too much pressure, allows them to get their aim working where it maybe hasn't been working too well so far throughout this first half. Winterfox have definitely been having the better of it, particularly Imagine, who, again, manages to find 2 kills in this round. You'd have to think he's probably not going to get too much more done, but what he has been able to do at least is better than what anyone else from Winterfox has done so far in this one. If you can get a 3rd kill, maybe hurts the economy a little bit of Luminosity, but not going to happen. Destiny, a little bit too strong in that duel. Winterfox here should be able to buy now, though. And this is the one that they need to take back. They need to get this one and the next one to get 11. And
Imagine's
have
already
a good
got
half.
20 kills after 13 rounds. Dropping at 20 against Luminosity is impressive.
Yep.
Emag might be back to his old form.
Maybe.
Always a solid anchor for Team Immunity back when they went towards ESL 1, towards the majors. He was always Mr. Consistent. He was performing really, really poorly towards the early halves of the ESL Pro League, and well, Yell's going to win the deal. Just going in with the AWP, getting a pick and sliding out. So Luminosity making this double AWP setup work.
Yeah.
They've got to continue the good work. Yell, oh, missing a shot. It's not normally you see from the Luminosity AWP.
And he nearly gets punished for it as well, down to 6 HP. If one more had have connected, he was dead, and that would have equalized things at 4 apiece. But he survives for now, and Luminosity still have the player advantage. Not anymore, though. Offnu spots him out, and he goes down. So 4 versus 4 was Winterfox trying to make their way up ramp. They have one over towards Long as well, but he's joining them back through the connector. Will just come up behind the rest. Pickle, yeah, big job to do. Answers it well, finds one. SHZ on the crossfire, getting another. And I think this round is over for Winterfox. So it started off really, really well for Winterfox, but once that tac pause came out, once those AWPs came out for Luminosity, things sort of just started to slowly fall apart a little bit here for Winterfox, and they've allowed Luminosity back into this map.
Yeah, I think Winterfox trying towards the A site because they realize the B site execute is not working anymore. They tried busting open the A site, it's not working because the AWPs have come out. Luminosity are starting to fire up as well. They're stepping up their game. Luminosity earlier on were playing a little bit more poorly, losing the 1-on-1 aim deals. Now it's a little bit equal between either side. You can see Winterfox getting the kills, Luminosity also trading out, and it's shaping up to be quite a close match. We are into the final round of the half as Showtime gets the first pick on the B platform. Showtime just able to lock down the B plat with the AWP.
Yeah,
Winterfox realized this a little bit late, and they're unable to utilize the smokes or flashbangs or molotovs to force the CTs into awkward positions. And Imagine, he does get traded out by Yell, but what a shot!
Imagine if he had a peeked around that corner and just tapped Yell in one shot. That would have been amazing. But not the case here for Winterfox, and they're in a bit of a troublesome time now because 3 versus 4. Again, we see the player advantage going over to Luminosity for probably 3rd or 4th round in a row here. And so Luminosity, they should be storming back into this first half, getting 6 on the CT side. I think that's acceptable, given especially the point that they were at. 8 and 1 down. They've been able to really salvage this first half.
Zuzi almost holding hands with SHZ. SHZ's just going to be watering the foul bed, just waiting around, but he's going to get taken out by Zuzi, who decides that the AK-47 is just a little bit better than the watering can. And the bottom scene dropped on the A site. Raz is wrapping around, making a lot of noise, but there's time for Winterfox to work with. So they're not too desperate. Zuzi able to lurk around, gets a kill on towards one of the AWPers of Luminosity. And what a shot through the vent to take down the second AWPer. Now it's off to Destiny. 1-on-2. Slowly crawling up long A. This
is a tough situation for him, and if Winterfox can win this one, it's going to put them in a really good sort of a standing heading into the second half. I thought 9-6 was pretty even, but 10-5 definitely is going to be favouring Winterfox and Raz. He should find Destiny here. I don't think Destiny's looking in his direction, though. Raz, the timing just not quite right for him, but he's going to know. And there we go, 10 on the board there for Winterfox after the first half. We'll see if they're going to be able to challenge and continue that form through to the second half in just a sec.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL Pro League. At the moment, we're in halftime, or between the two halves of Winterfox and Luminosity. And Winterfox have started off quite well, admittedly on their T side, which generally tends to be their favoured side. But 10 rounds in the first half of Cobblestone, it should be enough of a platform for them to build off here and win this first map. But I know, I see your face. I feel
like I've said those words before. I want to have faith.
It's hard to have faith, though, sometimes, isn't it?
It's just painful because you just go, Winterfox, they're looking good on the T side, and they drop rounds. And it's scary because Luminosity play a very well-disciplined control style on their T side as well. So it's not over for either team. I think it's going to be shaping up to be a great contest. Winterfox have the advantage, and if they take the pistol as well as the successive anti-ecos afterwards, then they set up themselves to have a great platform to take the match.
I really think that Winterfox, though, are going to require that pistol. If they allow this one to go back to sort of 10-8, if Luminosity, for example, picks up the pistol and then the next two sort of anti-ecos, that's too close of a scoreline for me. Winterfox is going to need some extra rounds here to really play with. Because I think Luminosity is a very, very strong side on the T side, and well, we'll see if they can be able to pull off this pistol round on the CT side. Ofnu started off well, but he does get taken down, and now A couple of these A players will have work to do. Zuzi goes down, but Raz trades him out straight away. Overall, still not too bad for Winterfox, but Luminosity now have got control of that bomb site. Flashbang coming in from Winterfox. They're going to go for the early peek in, and that's not going to work out. Yell finding 2. Pickle, though, does go down, and it's Emag to try and clutch this one out. Again, for Winterfox, he's going to need to be the player to step up here, but he doesn't have much HP to work with.
He needs to go for the headshot towards SHZ. SHZ's tagged out, but he just goes one bigger. Able to just strafe across and get the headshot on his own. So Luminosity repaying the favor on their own T-pistol, going down towards a 1-on-1 clutch.
Look at how much Emag has stepped up coming in from a couple of weeks ago. 23 and 11. And
he's got to continue this good form.
Like he's almost doubling Raz, who's the next highest fragger for Winterfox right now. So he's also head and shoulders above anyone else in the server, and he's really what's keeping Winterfox here ahead. If he has a poor second half here, Winterfox is done.
Well, even then, he can have a great CT half, get 2 kills each round. But if Luminosity are able to just take down 3 more Winterfox for whatever, Emag's taking down 2 members.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The numbers will always go in the favor of the T side. And Luminosity, there's one thing they do well on their T side takes is they do not allow the CTs to come into the angles very easily. It is going to be a mixed buy coming out from Winterfox. Some members forcing up with the body armor, or just APOC forcing up with the body armor and helmet armor. The rest of them, Desert Eagles, as well as the P250s. Going to be trying to channel their inner prowess with the pistols. Match does come across and escapes without taking any damage. Just dancing around B platform.
He's got a 5-7 holding close, so he could make some work happen here. Just going for a bit of spam through the smoke, won't connect anything there onto Luminosity, and this is what you were talking about for Luminosity on their T side, that slow, controlled style. They're not taking any chances, they're just playing slowly, they're trying to get the information before they have to execute onto either of these bomb sites, and now they are starting to rotate over to the A site, but so is Winterfox. They've actually just left one player over to B, so it's a good read from Winterfox, but how much is it going to help them? They've only got pistols to work with, really, and in theory, they should still lose this round, but if they can find a quick couple of kills, it's definitely going to be doable.
Well, as soon as you say that, Luminosity just 1, 2, 3, 4. Just racking up kills with the SMGs. Now APOC slowly lurking his way through vent. Just wants to get an exit.
Yeah. The read was good from Winterfox, but a good read is not good enough more often than not if you're not able to get those kills. So APOC doesn't manage to get a kill there. Yell picks him up. And overall, a really successful round for Luminosity. They don't lose a single gun. Starting to put pressure on early here on Winterfox, and this should be another one for Winterfox to eco out. Next round is the one that we really need to see them fight back here. But if they allow Luminosity to go through here again with 5 or 4 guns alive, that economy is already going to be well and truly better than what Luminosity need to buy in the next round or so. But we'll see, Winterfox, what they can do here on this eco round for themselves. And wait until that gun round comes out. That's the important one.
Early nades coming towards the B side. There is a stat stack coming out from APOC as well as Imagine. Imagine's got a Desert Eagle. Oh, what a headshot towards Yell. Good opening, but it's not enough. Just to call it towards Winterfox's favor.
Not yet, but if you can find another one, maybe it is. Although it does seem as though Luminosity, they want to back out of that B bomb site. Perhaps they just say, okay, look, Emag's playing that B side. He's the danger man right now for Winterfox. We don't need to challenge him. We can go over to A. We can work drop. We can do something else. And so that is exactly what they're going to be doing, making their way back over to A by the looks of things. So they still keep Destiny over on B just to make sure no one can rotate, and he does that job well. I thought he might get caught off guard with that flash out in his hand, but APOC takes the timing just a little bit too slow. And now down to Raz, holding by the top of the ramp, and he does get taken down without doing a whole lot. So all of a sudden we find ourselves with Emag once more alone here on this eco round. Can he get anything more done than what he already did?
Peek out on the hunt, and well, Destiny already tagged Imagine down quite low, so able just to flick across, get a couple of bullets in. Picks up some more cash in the bank account. Luminosity do take the 3 rounds after, or the 2 rounds after the pistol. And this is the buy round from Winterfox. AWP in the hands of Raz immediately. Decent set of utility across the board. Raz the only one without, I guess, a smoke and incendiary grenade. Otherwise, the rest of the members do, at the very least, have more utility than Luminosity had in their first CT buy round. But the AWP also comes out for Yell. And would like to see this AWP deal between the 2 primary AWPers for both teams.
Yeah, Raz is holding over towards A long. He's on his own over on that A bomb site, so maybe a bit risky if he does go down early on in the piece here for Winterfox, but he falls back a little bit, just peeking in and seeing if he can spot anything down through mid, but the answer for him is no. So Winterfox really hoping that Luminosity is going to hit this B bomb site, because if they do, Winterfox is essentially perfectly set up to deal with it.
Looks like Imagine's playing the floating role, so he's just going to be lurking back and forth to make sure both sides are secure. Winterfox floating a lot of their members back towards the CT connector area, leaving B plat a little bit more exposed than they should. Destiny thinking about lurking his way through the smoke. He does have the UMP, so this can create havoc inside the Winterfox lineup, especially if APOC decides to peek like that, but APOC susses it out, does a little bit of damage, but the rest of Luminosity busting out a drop room. They're coming fast to the B side, but Ofnu playing close alley, able to get one more, and Zuzi's rotated across. They've lined up for Ofnu, and he's gonna say thank you very much, and have another 2 kills going in his way. And now Luminosity 2 on 5. Winterfox surely have to clean this up.
Ofnu might get a couple more here. He's on the ace. This is gonna be his 4th. There we go, tries to challenge for the 5th, but Yell does take him down. Perhaps Ofnu getting maybe a little bit too greedy there. And, well, now we're going to see Winterfox losing a couple of members. APOC probably doesn't need to challenge this. There's only 19 seconds. Yell does eventually go down to Raz, but he got a couple of kills there, so wasn't the perfect round that Winterfox would have hoped for. Unfortunate for Ofnu not to get those 5, but in the end, he did his job. He got the kills, and Winterfox do find the first round of their CT side.
Luminosity able to force back up, though. AK-47s to play with. Yell might not have an AWP, though. Don't think Luminosity would be keen on investing in an AWP when it didn't have that initial impact. So going all rifles, barreling potentially fast A. They're stacked up. They can go back towards B through Snake, but from where they're just positioning themselves, it seems like they want to push through the smoke, take fast danger along A control, and then work the map from there.
There's a pop flash in, and Luminosity are going to get control, making their way now up towards the ramp. Raz, though, hits the shot, and he had to hit that shot. If he had have missed that, probably would have been taken down by Showtime. Winterfox would have been in all sorts of trouble. But they do have 2 stacked over towards long. Luminosity going to have to deal with those. It's sort of a split setup here for Winterfox, which in theory is not actually too bad for them, because they can get some crossfires working, and Luminosity is going to have multiple angles to cover. So this is a doable situation for sure for Winterfox. A great shot from Raz taking down Destiny. Nice crouch peek. Susie will go down here though, but still favourable situation. Player advantage for Winterfox on this retake.
And they know where one is behind. They haven't spotted out SHZ yet though. PKL's going to die on the side. SHZ gets 2, can't get the 3rd. And APOC, well, will he be able to find a kit? Time is ticking away. He's got to stick it. They might not have a kit. He doesn't have it.
Did they have a kit?
They didn't have a kit.
Surely.
They might have been dropped too far, but Luminosity picked one up. And APOC, Raz does not communicate where the AWP is, and that may just be a loss for Winterfox economy. They did drop 2 rifles earlier on.
Yeah, he actually did have a kit there at the end. It was down in, I think it was Zusi that died there. So that was really unfortunate for Winterfox. If he had gotten a little bit closer up to ramp, maybe up to the APC, would have been able to do something, but not quite. So unfortunate there for APOC. I wonder if he would have had time if he had just gone straight for that bomb. Maybe.
He may have. He just took too long.
Well,
and
that was a round that should have been won for Winterfox, and it doesn't go their way. You know, maybe a bit of bad luck, maybe a bit of misplay from Winterfox. You can't really put it down to anything too bad for them, but so unfortunate for them.
Luminosity were able to buy enough time, and they're going to say thank you very much, Winterfox. Probably didn't really deserve to pick that victory, but they'll just go, we'll take this and try to bring it ever closer. Winterfox on the eco.
Yeah, they do have at least the AK and the UMP to work with. EMAG with the UMP. I like that. Obviously, I'd rather see him with the AK, to be honest, but they do have armor on APOC, and that's why the AK is in his hands. He saved it through from the last round, so it's his AK. But I think EMAG could have a better sort of an effectiveness with it if he had have gotten a little bit of armor in his hands. But this is not the case, so we do just see the UMP on EMAG. And look, Luminosity, 5 AKs. This should be a round that they can take. Going to be able to bring it 1 round closer, 11-10. It'll be enough for them to be able to feel like they're back in it.
Stacking up for a B platform, execute, they're busting out, and wow, APOC's gonna get the first headshot. Great flashbang from him to force Luminosity off the initial attack. They're just lining up for APOC. He's gonna get more kills, but it may not be enough. EMAG's just waiting around. He's gonna pick up Showtime, so back to a 2-on-2, but they retrieve themselves another AK-47. That's in the hands of Imagine, and Raz also has a P250. Gonna back off as Imagine decides to go through doors to...
I think Winterfox should go for this, really.
They have to.
Like, they don't want to allow Luminosity so many rounds through, and the form, the shots that EMAG is hitting, it is possible for them to actually win this 2 versus 2. They have to send Raz in first. He has to be the one to try and find out where those Luminosity players are, and then EMAG trades him out, but that's not the case. Raz goes down without really having much of a chance for EMAG to trade him out, and I think this now is too little too late. EMAG probably should just save this AK now. Doesn't have a kit, doesn't have the time to work with. Seems he's still going for it though. He's going to peek in. SHZ, oh, he's just toying with him. And EMAG will go down without landing a shot there. So overall, a little disappointing for Winterfox on that attempted retake, but it's all right. They shouldn't... Oh, actually...
Those AK-7s may have come in handy.
Yeah,
often Zeus don't have enough cash. So a double eco coming out. This is going to mean Luminosity, barring they don't drop the ball against these pistols and body armor, they should be able to take it in towards an 11-11 tied match.
And that's where you start to get a little bit worried for Winterfox. They started off so well on their T side, but so many times the CT side has been in their undoing. Luminosity again going to show that that may be the case. Showtime easy kill onto Raz. They'll get over to the A-bomb site fairly quickly, but there is a rotation across from Winterfox. Not going to be too effective, one would think, though. But it is EMAG. We'll see what he can do, and not much would be the case. Showtime finds his second with that Mac-10. The A site fairly open here now, and Yell coming in from behind as well. Easy kills for him. Luminosity just steamrolling over this eco for Winterfox, and he does have an AK in his hands, so that's something at least to take home for them, but is he going to be able to take it home? That's the real question for him. He's taken down one already. That was the low HP Showtime, though, and he's got 3 players to deal with. They will hunt him here.
Oh, he's able to neutralize Yell quite easily, and Luminosity, though, pushing aggressively. Zuzi caught off guard means that SHZ has a very easy time of dispatching the final opposition. And Winterfox, there should be a tactical pause from Winterfox. There's got a chat. All right, no tactical pause from Luminosity.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, Luminosity do this a lot.
They do that,
so
yeah.
it's not beyond the realms of expectation. Other teams, I would go, well, that's strange. Luminosity, they like just slowing the pace down, going, let's not let Winterfox get fired up. This is a critical round for both sides. They know it, so they'll take the initiative and go, let's talk about what we need to do.
I think that's a good pause from Luminosity. They've had a good run so far on this T side, but Winterfox, I guess this gives them time to talk as well. It's almost as good as having a attack pause of your own. And it was probably about time here for Winterfox to have attack pause. They do have a lot of rounds to play with still. Like, it's still 5 rounds before Luminosity does win this one, but the way in which this is going at the moment, Luminosity is going to win. Because
Luminosity have taken 6 rounds to the 1.
Way more rounds on the T side than they need to at this point, and Winterfox have not been able to respond with anything. So it's important now for Winterfox to chime back in with a round or 2 of their own just to keep this competitive. If they allow Luminosity to get to 13 or 14 unanswered, I think it's all over for Winterfox.
Luminosity, though, we were talking about how the T side is much better than the CT side. Showing it up right now, Winterfox, them too, having a better T side compared to the CT side. This is really their only 2nd or 3rd true buy round.
Yep.
They were able to win the first buy, lost the next one, and then forced in the double eco.
And they didn't even really lose the next one. It was just like they kind of should have won it. It was just the defuse wasn't there in time. The defuse kit was dropped in a poor position for them. So overall, like the kills that they got put them in a position to actually win that round. Just didn't go their way in the end on the scoreboard. And that was the important thing for them. But at least they would feel comfortable coming into this gun round, knowing that they've been able to challenge Luminosity when they have had guns in their hands. That's been the important thing for Winterfox. They haven't had that opportunity so much. And it again seems as though the guns are working well for Winterfox, and this one should be one going their way. SHZ trying to clutch things out for his team. He'll get the first, and that's going to allow him here probably to plant the bomb, but maybe he's just not going to do that. Oh, he could have, if he held that line, maybe taken down Raz, but in the end, not going to be able to do that. 12 on the board now for Winterfox. They'll have a buy in the next round. It's not going to be an amazing one here, but it will be good enough. Luminosity, though, they'll be back on the eco. Pico probably can drop some Tech 9s. Oh, he's going to go for the AK, so just getting his money in line. AK and head armor. Can still afford to drop some guns.
I don't really agree with that AK-47. He had 7,000. Yellow only had 1,500. So if PKL just bought a pistol, he would have a lot more money to play with the next round, and Luminosity could force. They'd have 4 of the players who could normally buy up, and Yell just had to wait for PKL's drop.
Yep.
Now with that AK-47 buy, Yell can only go for a UMP if they lose barely an AK-47.
Yeah.
I think just barely. Oh, won't be able to afford
Maybe
it
they just
without
want to
armor.
take a guy in there with a Tech 9, see what he can do early on, have the rest of the AKs follow him up. I mean, if we see Pickle do work with this AK, then who are we going to be to question it, to be honest? So that's what it really comes down to. If Pickle can get some work done with that AK, otherwise the investment is going to be essentially null. Good start, though, for Winterfox. They get the first kill. Zuzi grabbing that one. He does get dropped relatively low, so it's an opening for Luminosity here, but overall, Winterfox would take that trade any day.
Destiny going to be leading the charge to the P250, just spotting out for information, trying to get the trades or the information for PKL to make the trades. They're going to bust out, and PKL catches APOC off guard and also gets the second kill on towards Offnu. Now they have some low members trying to cross, and Imagine just dancing around the rock. There is a boost being used from Luminosity to get a player towards Tree. And if SHZ crawls up, might be able to catch Imagine off guard with a Desert Eagle. This has turned very, very poorly for Winterfox. Giving up the B site, but Zuzi, if there's anything to say on 11 HP, gets the second kill for the CTs. Raz going for the wall bang. Not going to find anything. Just 2 members low in Luminosity. They know this. They haven't gone for the bomb plant. Time is ticking away. They go for the safe bomb plant close alley. And up to Winterfox to take the initiative to push on towards the B bomb site.
Players Winterfox here, maybe soon to be 1. Zuzi surviving by the skin of his teeth there. He's actually going to get another one on 11 HP, so he's making this work, punishing them from leaving him alive. In the end, he does get taken down. Now 2 players left for Raz here, but both of them relatively low. He's only got a USP to work with, but there's the M4. It's a good pickup for him, not able to transfer the spray over. And Pickle 4 kills in that round with the AK. Well, we questioned it, and he's made a good answer. He said, basically, this is going to be the A+ round from me. There you go, Luminosity pick up the round. Winterfox, again, struggling in the economic situation. Only 12 now on the board for them. Luminosity fighting back straight away, and that's the worst possible situation for Winterfox. They reset the economy. They've lost to what is essentially really like almost an eco round from Luminosity. A little bit of a force from them, but one could argue that was him just getting his money back in line. So Winterfox, they've lost a crucial round there, and it could be enough for Luminosity to actually pull this one through to a map win.
And I was questioning the AK-47 buy. It worked out well for PKL, getting 3 kills in the round. So 4 kills in the round as well.
Like, what can you say? Sure, that's 100% worth.
I feel like PKL stepping up the AK-47 at the same time. Winterfox did drop the ball towards holding the B side, and APOC just dancing around trying to just clip the head of one of the Luminosity members' heads. But he's going to be tapped away down towards 40 HP, and Luminosity looking to bust out a B plat. They're stacking up for another execute. Raz, though, coming from behind, coming ever so closer, and Imagine really the only member left after on the B side alongside with Zuzi. Zuzi doing damage, but they just charge straight forward into Luminosity's crosshairs. A clean anti-eco.
Yeah, good clean anti-eco from them as well.
Luminosity in the lead.
Don't lose a single gun. Winterfox, they'll force into this one, but the buy is going to leave a little bit to be desired. Raz with only a Mag 7, Offnu with only a UMP. No head armor on any of them. So that UMP of Yell could still be very, very effective here, and a lack of utilities as well for Winterfox. They're really struggling in the economic situation right now. If they lose this one again, they'll probably be back on to an eco slash the buy that they're going to take, because they'd be down 14 rounds. Would be not amazing. So crucial round here for Winterfox again. If they can strike back in this one, equalize it at 13-13, get their money back in a bit of a better situation, then we do have a game on our hands. But they lose this one, Luminosity starts to stream ahead, and Winterfox, you have to think it's probably all over by that point.
Critical round for Winterfox. They have to take this for a chance to fight back, but Luminosity, we've seen them at these score lines. They stay composed. They just grind out the rounds, work slowly together, and Raz now under pressure. Showtime and PKL working in unison to take long A. And Raz just peeking around the corner. It's going to be tagged down towards 32 already. Needs to hightail it out. Might not even be able to get out alive, just barely. Luminosity catching the tail of Raz, but unable to get the kill. So 45 seconds. Luminosity are moving all their forces back towards A site, except for Destiny. And Winterfox, this is going to have to be a hold and a half if they take this round.
Dangerous for Winterfox. They've only got a couple of players over to the A bomb site. Luminosity do seem to be heading in that direction, and Luminosity had some pretty good takes on the A bomb site early on in this half. Raz, what can he do? Not enough with that Mag 7, only getting about 50 damage or so over to his opponent there before going down, and That's over. That's it. Winterfox have to go and save these rifles. They know their economic situation's not going to be good enough to properly buy next round. If they can take these 2 AKs through the next round, they may have a chance. But even then, the way that take looked so easy on the A site for Luminosity, you have to think that Winterfox, they've spent everything in that first half. They don't have enough here in the second, and they're not going to be able to pull it through. Luminosity have just done a great job of moving on to that T side. They started off the T side well. They dropped a couple of rounds in there, but then they come back, answer straight away, come back with a few rounds of their own. And Winterfox, they just, again, it's the same old story that we've always been telling. That T side, it looks good. They look like they have enough. And then Winterfox, they just don't have it on the CT side. And here, they're in danger of losing these rifles. They absolutely, desperately need to take them through to the next round. Might just be able to do that. Although EMAG, nope, it's going to be off. APOC challenged, and Yell takes him down. So that's bad. They could have had 2 rifles through here. But now they're only going to have 1. And they're going to force up with pistols, maybe a UMP or 2. But
forcing up. Luminosity. Don't think they're going to drop this.
Okay, full UMPs then.
4
Not
UMPs.
much utility though.
Someone's got to go to huge for Winterfox. Either it's got to be Imagine with the M4 or one of the members on the UMP. And so far, no signs to say they will go big with the UMPs.
No signs at all. Not on the CT side at least. If it was the T side, you might be feeling a little bit more confident for Winterfox, because that's where they've looked good. But this CT side has not looked good really at all. They've picked up a couple of gun rounds, to be fair.
Well, that's not a good start. Imagine was the only one with the M4 and just bouncing the smoke.
I almost thought that was intentional, right? Like, how does that happen?
Check out this weird one-way smoke that works for the T's thrown by a CT.
Don't like Cobble? Here's the smoke for you anyway.
Maybe Imagine does need to take a peek at the ESL Pro tips afterwards, after that smoke grenade. But it's, in the grand scheme of things, you know, one missed Australian smoke grenade. It's not going to impact too heavily. APOC, though, does get the trade. So a 1-for-1 trade. Not really favouring Team Winterfox because it's too far away to retrieve the AK-47, and it gives more space for Luminosity to work with Showtime and PKL every single round. They just slowly work up long A, clear out all the lines, make it safe for them to progress onto the A site, and they're doing it again. Raz going to be caught out in the open. HE grenade should do damage to Showtime. Molotov coming through. They're trying to lock down the line, but Raz trying to get out alive desperately, trying to find the angles. Not going to work out. Winterfox are falling 1 by 1. And APOC, spots out ahead too late on towards one of the members, but Showtime does get taken out. So still a 2-on-3. Doable for Winterfox.
Doable, but difficult. EMAG up by the balcony here. He needs to be the one. He's got the full HP. He's got the M4, the preferred weapon. APOC pushing forward, trying to find the information, trying to find where those T's are. If he can get this player on the bomb site, it might be enough. But really, at this point, there's not much time left to work with for Winterfox, and Luminosity are in some really nice post-plant positions. One coming up the ramp, one in stables. EMAG takes that first one, but Pickle there for the trade, and Luminosity will get 15 now. Winterfox, it could have been something. Raz got early information by that jump peak over above the APC. He spotted out the 2 Ts, an early rotation from Winterfox, but they just weren't able to hit their shots, and Luminosity were. So this is going to be it for Winterfox. This is their last chance. The buy that they have in this round, it's not better than what they had last round, and last round didn't look too confident for them. I suppose they do have a little bit more utility in this round than what they did, but the weapon's still leaving a bit to be desired. APOC this time with the M4. We'll see what he can do with it. He'll be boosted up onto tree, but Luminosity, they are looking good to close this one out 16-12.
Yeah, just early HE grenades and Molotovs from Luminosity to shut down the boost potential in drop room. So Zuzi and Imagine taking so much damage and not gaining anything from it. And Showtime and PKL just going to be slowly testing out Raz. Showtime just dropped off a couple of friendly flashbangs before PKL drops his teammate off. Raz. 1-for-1.
Yeah, not too bad, but you'd be hoping for more if you were feeling comfortable for Winterfox. But timing going to be so crucial, and he gets it wrong, or SHZ gets it right, I suppose, really. You can't fault Zusi for that. Unfortunate for him, though, that jump peak comes across. If it didn't, he could have gotten around behind Luminosity and potentially won the round for Winterfox. This time, though, he's going to have to fall back, and Winterfox, they'll have to hold B the traditional way.
And they have 4 flashbangs to work with. This last smoke's going to be used towards B platform. Luminosity have time to wait. They've got 2 smoke grenades as well as a Molotov to work with. Imagine towards A, just clearing out the lines. He's going to suspect that it's going to be a B side execute. This allows Winterfox to stack across. He's got the information. He's pushing behind from Snake. And Luminosity putting all their eggs in the basket, which is going to be B platform. It's going to be a shaky platform at that if Winterfox are able to get the first couple of kills working in their favor. There you have it. Offnu and APOC finding the first two. Yell getting the trade, but Offnu dancing close. Yell doing work with the AWP, but he's got no time to work with, and Offnu should be able to clean it up. Winterfox, 2 more rounds to bring it back into overtime. They've got some cash to work with, not enough to force up a full lineup of M4s. Luminosity, they have 1 more round to play with. This is maybe Luminosity's only last round to play with as well. They're going to be completely dry after this round.
Yeah, well, Winterfox at least able to survive through for 1 more round, but is it going to be just that 1 more round, or are they going to be able to convert this into a couple more? There's still a hope here for Winterfox, and I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up for them. I don't want to cross my fingers, but that's a good shot from Raz. Maybe it is time for them to step up here on the CT side, win a few in a row, and take this one through to overtime. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Luminosity have looked so good on this T side so far, and one has to think that they should be able to get something here, but that's another kill going the way of Winterfox, and every single one that you see going over in their direction makes you think that the chance of them taking this through to the tiebreaker gets that little bit higher.
Destiny playing at the edge of the smoke. May have spotted APOC crossing. He's going to try and play safe. Rest of Luminosity going to come across and stack together. It's up to SH as well as Showtime to make an impact play now. Destiny really doesn't have the HP to duel it out, so they're going back towards drop room. Going to be testing out Imagine. Can't go towards the A side. Don't have any control of the information. They know the AWP is playing towards slope. They don't have the smoke grenades to work with or flashbangs to clean off that area. There's the smokes towards drop. They're banking all their chances on the fact that they can get out into drop and get the entry kills. It's not going to work otherwise.
It's a difficult task here for Luminosity regardless, even if they were able to get some entries onto this B site. It's a salvageable situation, and that's a good start. Showtime finds 1. APOC, though, able to get 1 as well, and EMAG. APOC actually getting 2. EMAG doing a good job onto Showtime as well, but those 2 guys on the B site combining well. Put Winterfox onto 14. Luminosity, the buy in this round, it's not going to be anywhere near as good as the last 2. And Winterfox was able to beat those guns. This time, they'll have an even bigger advantage over these guns. So, Luminosity, can they win another anti-eco or an eco round for themselves? We've already seen Winterfox dropping 1 or 2, but this is still a difficult task for Luminosity. Winterfox, all things considered, they really should take this one through to the overtime.
Fast B-side push coming through. Luminosity bust straight through the HE smokes, and APOC completely binded out. SHZ does get toasted by, or it does toast his own teammate. That's unfortunate from the Molotov, but Imagine just locking down the alley line. They are coming close to the ace, towards the B side, but Offnu is just waiting at statue. There should be a victory for Winterfox as Offnu shuts down this B side take. And it's all up to PKL with the UMP, and I don't think there's anything he can do. He's stuck in alley. Offnu finds him. A triple kill to clean up the round for Winterfox.
Winterfox just having enough to take that one through to overtime. We'll find out how the overtime is going to go just after the break.
Hey Future Pros, we have a flash for you that should aid in pushing through the monster tunnel on Overpass. This flash should leave your teammates unaffected while the CTs should be blind as heck. To do this flash, line yourself up over the tip of this bottle. Aim over the wall slightly and to the right and then throw the flash. That's it. This should make the Rush B Don't Stop strat work way more in your favor. Ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESL Pro League.
Two headshots in a row. Phoenix about to bring it back now. All on Nico. Trying to see if they can get the defuse and Nico. Oh no, Phoenix!
Has to keep Virtus Pro alive. Taco once closer. AW getting down.
He's looking for a third. He's gonna get a hit that headshot again. Oh my god.
Welcome back to the North America Pro League. Things starting to heat up a little bit now between Winterfox and Luminosity. We thought that Luminosity at the start of today was going to have a fairly convincing 2-0 over Winterfox, and then at the end of the first half, we thought Winterfox might be able to take the win over Luminosity. Now we find ourselves at an overtime. Winterfox starting on the CT side. They just had enough at the end there in the last few rounds where it was looking so dire for them. They were able to step up and get the kills that they needed. But Yell, he started off the overtime well. Winterfox, they wouldn't want to lose this in overtime after having come back into it. But maybe the case. Luminosity, though, starting this one very, very nicely. And Winterfox will need to respond.
Imagine going to be floating back towards the A site. They've lost both their players in the first 30 seconds. This means Luminosity can play around. They can just bide time. Just go, all right, let's just wait for Winterfox to burn all their utility. Then we'll move in together behind our wall of smokes, get the trades working in our favor because we got the numbers, and take the first round in overtime. But Imagine has heard out showtime. It gets a very easy pick. No one else to trade him out. They are barreling up the slope, and Imagine should be able to hear this. And he's got the AK-47. He's got lots of work to do to try to contain this A-hold by himself. And they know the enemy know he's towards stables, and they're already busted straight out beyond him. And Imagine's going to be challenged by Destiny soon. But Destiny, oh, he pushes through the end of the incendiary grenade. Gets rewarded with a headshot. And Yell missing an op shot, won't miss the second one. All to APOC and a 1-4 clutch.
Yeah, this is all going wrong for Winterfox in the first round of overtime. They don't manage to do all that much damage to Luminosity, only taking one kill. So that essentially secures Luminosity buys for the rest of this half, even if they do lose the next round. And the thing for Winterfox is that their economy won't be that great. They will be able to buy into this one, that's for sure. But next round, if they do lose this one, they'll basically be on an eco.
I just realized in my notes, I just realized in my notes I did say that Winterfox do have a CT side that can be picked apart like apple crumble.
Huh? That's an interesting analogy. I'd like some apple crumble right now, to be honest.
Which was correct because Luminosity was able to find the holes in the. You can see as soon as Luminosity get a pick.
Have holes in it.
Well, as soon as you put a spoon, it kind of crumbles.
Yeah,
that's why it's apple crumble. And Winterfox, as soon as you put the
they
first
put the spoon in it.
They take the first kill.
Right.
It kind of falls apart. Not as delicious for Winterfox, but
no.
It's delicious for Luminosity.
It is delicious. Warm apple pie, apple crumble. I'd like that. Anyway, let's focus on the CS for now. Luminosity, 16 rounds. They've got one up on Winterfox here. Looking for two. If they can get this second one, they certainly should be able to take it through to 3 on their T side, which would be a big effort from Winterfox to come into because it's been a while since they've been on their T side. Yes, they looked good, but are they good enough to get 3 against Luminosity, who are in fairly decent form right now, having had the momentum for the majority of the second half and now starting off the overtime quite nicely. Slow play, though, from Luminosity. We expected to see this. They do play that slow controlled style on their T side, just taking a sort of advantage of everything that they possibly can, checking out all the angles, having a look in every direction, every bomb site.
They did not check this angle.
Did not check that angle. Zuzi's going to say, thank you very much for the free kill. He picks himself up an AK. He's going to take that through, but Raz goes down in the meanwhile. So overall, trade's working pretty nicely here for Luminosity. SHZ doing a good job. Does get taken down by APOC, and after all of that flurry of frags, we find ourselves at 2 apiece.
PKL is going to come across the line, but does not check where Zuzi's lurking. And it's off the Yell on a 1-on-2, and he's pinched between both members and Zuzi.
That's good for
He doesn't
Winterfox.
drop that opportunity. Picks up a 4 kill to kind of go, I'm not apple crumble. I'm something of firmer substance.
Being able to take 2 guns through for Winterfox here as well is going to allow them a pretty decent buy into this one. Had they only taken 1, they might have had an extra UMP here. And if they had have lost this, they would have really just been on the force by pistols, armor, maybe a couple of UMPs or SMGs of some sort. But this is looking a lot better for Winterfox now. They might be able to take this one through to 2-1, regardless of how that first round did go for Luminosity. And that's a better chance for them in the second half here. But Luminosity, they'll want to take 2. I think the T rounds are the ones that you'd be putting a bit more of a premium on, right? If you took 2 rounds on T side, you'd be feeling, okay, that's good. But if you took 2 rounds on Winterfox's CT side, that'd be excellent, really. So
yeah, be able to compound that towards a dominant T half and
exactly
roll over Luminosity.
So if Luminosity aren't able to get this second T round, then I think they're actually in with a bit of a dangerous situation.
Still tough to call. Both of the teams just waning and waxing like the rise of the moon. And Raz is going to get the first pick on towards PKL. And he's going to back off before Showtime can push in. Showtime's not sure whether or not there's more members. And Destiny pushing out by himself through the edge of the smoke, imagine, is where there's potential. But APOC might be caught out. No, Destiny looks away just at the wrong time. Luminosity, 50 seconds left. Don't have much utility to work with. Off to a close range with the UMP. That is salt in the wound for Luminosity.
Yeah.
Yell's got so much work to do with the AWP.
Alrighty, well, Yell, he needs to find a pick here. That AWP needs to come up big. He hasn't done so much throughout this overtime just yet, but now is the time to step up. 3 versus 5. Luminosity, I think they desperately need this second T round. Winterfox, though, looking very, very good in it. Often able to get one even with the UMP. That's not what Luminosity would have wanted, and Yell does grab one. Overall resulting in a 2-for-1 trade here. Now 3-for-1 for Luminosity, and it's back to 2 versus 2. 20 seconds left, though, and Luminosity will have trouble crossing into the site because Emag just hanging around. He doesn't spot out Yell, and Yell does get into the site. Here we go. The bomb should be planted with 10 seconds remaining, although Emag is pressing them. He's pushing them for time, and the bomb does go down, so Emag does go right in. Raz finds the other one. And there we go. It's Luminosity only getting one on the T side.
That was close, though. If Yell was able to hit one more shot, Showtime doing his best to open the action up on the B side to equalize the situation for Luminosity after, once again, going down to a 3-on-5. They brought it back to a 2-on-2. And Winterfox, if they dropped that, that would have been severely disappointing, but able to capitalize. Imagine and Braz, the two, I guess, best performing members once again. I mean, Zuzi and Ofnu have chimed in, but Raz is starting to hit these AWP shots. Imagine has been consistent throughout the entire game. A little bit more quiet on the CT side as opposed to the T side. But now he's going to fire up, get these 2 rounds for Winterfox on the T side, and close out in the first half of overtime. They do not want this dragging on towards the second overtime.
Yeah, they definitely don't. And Luminosity, well, only 1 round on that T side. It allows a good situation to shift over here for Winterfox in the second half because they only need 2 here on their T side, which is definitely doable. 3 would have been a tough ask, but 2 I think is a pass score. So if they don't get these 2 here, if they do allow it to go to 2-1 in the favor of Luminosity maybe, or even 3-0, like Luminosity could still win this. I don't see 3 coming out though on that CT side. I think that 2 is, you know, par for the course, but 3 is a little bit much. So anyway, it's a tough decision here. I don't know. Who do you think's coming out of this? Or do you think we're going to a second overtime?
It should be Winterfox.
Right.
They've picked up the 2 rounds on the CT side, which is critical. Because what both sides have been struggling with so far in Cobblestone has been their CT sides.
Right.
They've been dominant on their T side, only dropping a few rounds. So this is where Winterfox need to make it happen. For Luminosity, it's not over yet. They can get the double up set up. They know they don't have really... They know they have more rounds to play. They don't have many rounds to play with, so they're going to force up the big guns. They're just going to go, right, Showtime, Yell. Showtime, your job is to lock down B platform.
It's Showtime.
No T's can make it past there. For Yell, he's got to make sure he's dynamic on the A side. Try to catch Winterfox off guard. Shut down Raz before Raz can make an impact with the AWP.
Do we see a double AWP though? I think maybe just one on the backs of the CTs there.
Only a single AWP?
Yeah, the double AWP was the strategy that really got Luminosity back into that first half, where things were looking a little bit dangerous for them. So, surprising perhaps to see no double AWP coming out from them, but Luminosity, single AWP. We'll see what Showtime can do it. It is in Showtime's hands as well, as opposed to Yell, but he has had some good times with the AWP. So, we'll see what he can do. And Winterfox, they have an AWP in the hands of Raz.
Lining up for a mid-take, but that well-placed incendiary grenade from Yell will stop the progression of Winterfox towards A site. They do have Ofnu lurking towards B to make sure no one comes from Luminosity to go sussing for information. But what a flashbang. Yell does manage to get the first pick. He also spots the bomb. But a 1-for-1 trade is going to always favor Winterfox, especially early on in the half.
Yep.
They're able to use more time to work the positions, force Luminosity to over-rotate members before they can strike and hopefully execute towards a weaker bomb site. For Luminosity, they might have to make an information play.
But going towards this A bomb site here for Winterfox may be a mistake. There's already 2 players over there for Luminosity. There's a player lurking around in connector as well. So in theory, the B site is actually the weaker site right now for Luminosity. Winterfox, though, does seem as though they are going to commit to this A bomb site. There's not too much time left. They don't really have the chance to rotate across, and they need to find that first kill, which they do. Zuzi takes down Pickle. Destiny trades one out, but overall still Winterfox with what one could consider the advantage. with the player advantage now as well. The bomb should be going down on the A-bomb side, and a tough ask for Luminosity now to retake this 3 versus 2. Eman goes down, but he gets the information. Destiny hits the shot onto Offnu, though, and that really opens things up. Zuzi, can he clutch this one out 1 versus 2? The answer is no. Destiny just coming up huge in that round with 4, and that...
From Destiny. One-man effort, really, to just break open Winterfox and throw this match back into contention. Now Winterfox going to be testing out the B site. They do have Raz proceeding his way down towards B platform very quickly. Destiny flirting with death for a moment, but the flashbang does stop Raz from seeing the counter-terrorist, and Raz is going to back out after taking a little bit of damage from the Incendiary grenade. Luminosity, relatively safe and sound, just going to be holding back as Showtime peeking forward with the AWP has the B plat line locked down, but Raz going to be boosting up Zuzi. Winterfox, they want to break open the B side.
Oh, it's dangerous though, Showtime. He's spotting the angle. Raz peeks right into him, but he's much too quick on the trigger finger there. Getting the headshot as well into Showtime. Just coming up in trumps with that duel. There we go. Winterfox opening things up. It looked dangerous for them because they were heading over to the B site. There's a big stack over there from Luminosity. Essentially 4 players defending the B site. But, well, Luminosity having already dropped 1. It's not the end of the world though. They can still win this.
Destiny's picked up the AWP. He's going to challenge Raz, and while Destiny's repaying the favor, he goes, "You took down my teammate. Here's a little bit of
revenge.
Revenge is a dish
apple
best
crumble.
served cold.
Apple crumbles best served warm.
With ice cream.
Yeah, or custard.
Luminosity have to hold off this A site push, but this may be just a successful fake because Offnu's just been throwing grenades. He's also able to get the kill on Destiny. Look at Yell.
Oh, what
the madman Offnu's getting more kills. Nearly gets the 3rd as well. And, well, Yell cannot bust his way on a balcony. Winterfox striking back.
Okay. Now we've got
a match on our hands once again.
Yeah, we've got something here. We've got something. This is going to be a Winterfox round win, which puts them 1 away from picking up the map win.
That's some sick hops.
And Luminosity 1 away from taking it through to double OT. Both very likely possibilities, though. Luminosity, what's their economy going to be like? They won the first round with a fairly convincing score. I think they had 4 players left alive. They take the AWP through from this round as well, so they should have something to play with.
They might not have the double AWP set up. Luminosity did not pick up 2 AWPs. They only picked up the single AWP. So they had to rebuy 1. Maybe Yell bought it. So Yell's going to be looking a little bit poor. SHZ saving this AWP to the next round means they can afford rifles.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, SHZ's actually poor, as well as PKL. So
yeah,
double AWP still coming out.
SHZ can afford to drop something here for a teammate.
He's going to lack a utility if he picks up an M4.
Yeah, it'll still be a full sort of a setup. They do have a UMP there. So they go for the utilities over the extra firepower for another M4. But it's a good buy from Luminosity. The double AWP can definitely work out here. Winterfox with 5 rifles. Are they going to go quick into the B bomb site? That looks like it may be the option of choice here, though they have slowed down just a little bit. 5 of those players stacking in there. You would have loved to have seen maybe Luminosity with an AWP towards the back of that platform. Try and have a peek down that angle. Not the case, though. And here we go. The retake. Oh, I'd say the retake. It's the take from Winterfox. Maybe a retake. We'll see. I meant to say execute from Winterfox coming out on the B bomb site. Will it work out? Raz opening things up nicely. SHZ, though, easy kill onto Offnu through the smoke there. Raz, though, he's doing work with that rifle. 2 players going down for Winterfox. The bomb planted here as well for Winterfox. And Luminosity, the retake here is going to be difficult.
Yeah, and Raz now opening things up with more kills. SHZ pushing forward. It's not going to work this time. And Winterfox do clean up on the back of a Raz 3 kill. 19-17, it was tight. Luminosity did manage to pick up that first round where Winterfox dropped just a little bit too overconfident. Lost a retake against Destiny, but now taking the overtime. They were able to get the crucial 2 rounds on the CT, on their CT overtime, and roll that forward towards their
crucial
advantage.
rounds as well on their regular CT side, because they were looking like they were actually going to lose that one. It was, what, 15-13 or 15-12, something like that, when Winterfox started to win some rounds, and well, they managed to take it through to overtime. It works out for them as well. They win the overtime. And Luminosity, they'd be so disappointed because they had a big struggle in that second half. Not a struggle, but they had a lot of rounds to win, and they won a lot of rounds. They took it through. They almost looked like they were going to win after such a good first half there from Winterfox. But Winterfox, at this point, just having enough to take it there to Luminosity. proves me wrong. I thought it was going to be a 2-0 for Luminosity, and already Winterfox picking up the first map. So they put themselves in a good position in this 2 best-of-1s.
The difference this time around was that Winterfox, their members all stepped up. Imagine if Raz in regulation time were able to just put in just good performances round after round. And then in the rounds that counted, Zuzi, Offnu, 4 kill, 3 kills. On rounds that were absolutely critical for their success on their CT side, they were able to capitalize and step it up.
Yeah.
And that was the difference. Luminosity did not have the same happen like PKL did with the AK-47 to bust open the B site this time by himself. They did not have that happen. And that was where the differentiating factor was.
Yeah, looking a lot better now for Winterfox here that they've picked up that 1 win over Luminosity. We'll be heading to a quick break, but we do have our second map, Cache, coming up in just a sec.